today. From Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Carolina Panthers taking on the Green Bay Packers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I liked what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Chark. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. This is Jones. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down.
A check down here to Jones.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson.
Sends it out to the sideline. This is Hill.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the shotgun, Wilson.
On the slant, this is Chark.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Wilson. Touchdown, Packers. Tyreek Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So here are the Panthers under head coach Matt Rule.
And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. He'll look to throw. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, you know, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, you know, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They'll give this to Hubbard running right.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Bradley. It'll be a gain of 5. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just 1 but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 750.
Yeah, you're talking about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open and turning it into plays that you remember.
And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
3 yards remain for second down. A give, running right, it's Hubbard.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now back to throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. 2nd and 2. He finds his man, complete. That's Bradley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
Rashawn Gary in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Now here's the Panthers special teams unit to try a field goal for 3. This a 43-yard attempt.
The kick by McManus is good.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson looking for Chark again. This time he's got him.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now Wilson on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 3 yards the gain there, second down. They'll drop to throw. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bradley. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. They'll look to throw again.
He's got Anderson on the slant.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 12-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Touchdown, Panthers. David Njoku, his second touchdown on the season, and the Panthers have taken the lead.
That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing, because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A drive that time of 6 plays, and Carolina scores to cap it off. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
Caught on the right side by Jones. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 2nd and inches, Wilson, he's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Wilson.
And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson
going right back to Jones. This time the connection made.
Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker, as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. From the 6. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here are the Panthers set to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off near the 32. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the interception, here's Wilson. He's got it. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite. But the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Santos with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one. So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a give right side. Hubbard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So here are the Packers now to take over. Last week, good result. They were able to beat the Detroit Lions, and now they are on the good side of the scoreboard right now as well. On 1st down, Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. A give to Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 51 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Wilson's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On 1st down, it's Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 23.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now they'll try the jet sweep here. And they'll get him down right around the 16. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And it's a fake. He's going to throw it.
The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Packers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. But that makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Santos now to add the PAT. It's good, and it's 21-10. That time, a 9-play drive. And the result, a Green Bay score. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his man, complete. It's Bradley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Second and 13. He's got Njoku, his big tight end.
The Panthers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll look to throw here. That is caught by Anderson.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You know, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Back to throw again.
And quickly into the hands of Robinson.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 36. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Thornton.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Middle of the field, it's Robinson.
And they'll get this down to the 10.
Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On the give, this is Hubbard.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone as a two-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the fourth. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Jones running on first down, but finding it pretty tough going as he'll get forward for only about 3 there before he's taken down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again to Jones. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Wilson to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll look to throw. Completes to Njoku. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. He finds his man, complete. It's Bradley. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Bradley. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Green Bay, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
day. From Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Denver Broncos taking on the Buffalo Bills.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Buffalo Bills. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks. And off we go from Denver. From the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3 quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now, hold on here, we've got an injury. Well, that's Devontae Adams, the wide receiver down on the ground here. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. Back to throw. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. Commanding the offense will be the 7th overall pick of the 2018 draft. It's Josh Allen.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. They run for the first time with Javonte Williams. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, You know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run. Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
And past the 30 down to about the 27.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll make this a second down.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Right side, that's complete to Gronkowski. A gain of 6 there on first.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
First and goal from the 3.
And they'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
His second rushing touchdown of the year and third overall.
As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullback, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all, were they? There was none of this show you heavy set, bootleg it out. Nah. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
A try here for the extra point. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago. Their second straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along. And from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively. And this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
Allen's throw into the hands of Fan.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 47. Off the draw, here's Williams. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. The Buffalo defense does its job, and it's 4th down. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. And this is caught. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer
this time?
Get a little
closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Allen off the play fake. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. It's caught inside the 25. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on.
So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
So the face mask moves them closer, and now 1st and goal. Here's Allen. This will be caught at about the 6. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown.
Javonte Williams
with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score.
Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point attempt to come here. And that one makes it 14-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. It's taken to the 26. A good head-down running on the return, gets about 15 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Allen now looks to throw. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. To the air, Allen. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this 1st half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And again, it's Allen. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and this score will stay right where it is. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think in this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air. Maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the 2nd half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And we will not have a run back here as the 2nd half starts with a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
They start the second half here with Williams. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. To throw, it's Allen. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. That is taken in by the tight end Fan. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right. He struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Looking sideline, and that's caught by Watkins. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Now Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And Gronkowski's got it, complete over the middle. That catch good for only a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw here. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Goes right side, complete to Gronk. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Tyler Bass now for the point after. It's good, and it's 21-10. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. On 1st down, Allen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. This one swung out to Williams. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. On play action, Allen. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A huge play there for Denver.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from a defender.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Williams will take it in. Touchdown, Denver. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. Allen will try to throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, had he opted for the touchback. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 8.
2nd and 2. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Open man, Gronkowski complete. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, you know, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for Buffalo, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Tonight, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's a special Thanksgiving night presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Trey Lance and the San Francisco 49ers taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they enter play here. They come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here, losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
If you just break it down in individual terms, he played really well last week. 0 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes. Not a whole lot more he could have done to win that game. But you know something that's funny, when we talked to him, all he focused on were throws he missed, other opportunities that didn't get done.
Good sign of a leader.
Great sign of a leader because they didn't win, and that's all he cares about.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. So a glance here at the key inactives. There's other reasons, but this list, one of the reasons they've been struggling some this year.
And one that they won't make excuses with, but everyone knows that this is the key reason. Without these players, it's made it very difficult for them this season. They've battled, they've scrapped, but without those guys, hard to win games.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is fielded at the 27. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game,
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Rolling to his right. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Working with a 2nd and 3. Hands it off out of the gun. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll try and run for it. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Kyle Shanahan an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
'49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. Jackson on 1st down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Play action. It's Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he will have a Ravens 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll make it 2nd down. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
First and goal at the 1. Edwards looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
2nd down and goal. Jackson, and this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Devontae Parker hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board first here tonight. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Here's Lance to throw it. He'll go underneath here to his running back. Catch is made. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our 1st half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Now Lance again. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Lance. Sliding out of the pocket. And Lance will have the 1st down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing now is Lance. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least they have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. The 30. 10, 5, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Will Fuller, as the first half is winding down, and the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Trey Lance of the 49ers set to go back on offense here.
And he's been busy with his feet. He's been quite the scrambling man.
And obviously that can break down a defense, but a lot of it is just that they just get trapped with worrying about it so much that other things break down as well. You know, you break the huddle and you're not just playing what comes out at you. You're like, oh God, don't let him outside of the pocket. Don't let him beat us with his legs. And then he starts to beat you other ways.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Once again, hope everyone out there has a wonderful Thanksgiving. Settling down now to watch Thursday night football. Let's take a look ahead to what's coming here on the rest of this holiday weekend. In the 1 o'clock games, one that immediately catches the eye is in our nation's capital, a big test for the Washington football team, as they'll square off with the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Taking on the New Orleans Saints, taking on the Atlanta Falcons. And then finally, we wrap up the week with a good one on Monday Night Football between the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
That's complete to Hightower.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Throwing again on second down.
Lance.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
The Lance going to throw. This will be taken in by Hightower. And he is going to have a 49ers first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now Lance. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
And Lance now to throw. Got a man. That's Ayuk.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Now a handoff looking right. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Lance looking to throw it.
Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown.
Charlie Warner.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers are back within a score.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. They'll look to throw.
And the 49ers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
Here's Edwards again on second down.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Let me play, dog. Let me play.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. Jackson now off the bootleg. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
The Ravens send their punter out now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. And they got to go thank the guys on D.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Here's Lance.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Extra point attempt to follow here. And that will make this a 4-point game. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Now Jackson on first down. Open receiver here, complete. It's Parker. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's second down. Here's Jackson to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Fuller. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Jackson will throw again. Checks this down to Edwards out of the backfield. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. Now it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim 4th quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly and the ball is knocked out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field. Defense.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And to give this time to the tailback. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. That's complete to the tight end, Werner. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for San Francisco, the win moves them to 3-9 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy